Today is a very special day. We're giving all these products another opportunity because they didn't impress me enough to stay in my makeup routine or in my makeup thought. Like I said, today we'll be trying all these products that I bought and really didn't use again afterwards. Honestly, I struggled to put together a video for this week because there aren't many new launches. Like, I've been to Clicks and Discount repeatedly and I haven't seen anything new there from any of the brands that we have access to. So unfortunately, I've put together this video. I hope you guys like it. Please give this video a thumbs up and comment if you do, and let's just get on with this video. I did this look. Some of the products are great, some of them there's a reason I haven't used since I purchased them. But without further ado, let's just jump straight in. So let's go ahead and get started. I have two primers here and I don't know why, but I thought this was a setting spray. So I've barely used it because I don't really use primer mist, but I thought today would be a good time to use it. I'm gonna go ahead and just spray some of this on my face. Like I said, I don't use primer mist. I never have. If I want to, I usually just use my setting spray as a first step. I really like the smell of it. This is the, I didn't even say it. This is the Relove by Revolution Pore Vanishing Prime Mist. It says it very big on the bottle, but for some reason when I bought it, I failed to read that. Not very smart on my part. Next, we have another Relove by Revolution. I love this brand. It's the best like sector of makeup revolution in my opinion. And this is the Power Fix Primer. I don't notice anything, to be honest. It smells really good again. It almost smells like a honeydew melon. It just kind of minimizes your pores slightly and gives you a smooth base for makeup. As you can see, it gives you a nice little glow as well, which I really like. But it's just been pushed to the back and I've barely used it. I've tried to focus mostly on my Project Pan stuff, so yeah, this kind of just fell to the back of my drawer, and today I thought, let's go ahead and make use of that for this video. So next, let's just quickly complete my brows, and I have the NYX brow glue. This was really popular. I want to say a year or two ago. I bought it. I don't love it, so I don't really use it. I have like my everyday, I think there's two of them that I rotate through. This has just fallen to the back of, like, I have a shelf up there where all my brow and mascara products are, so I never really get up and go get them. But this is not as sticky as I thought it was. Like, everybody told me, everybody on social media was saying how it's like glue and, you know, laminates your brows. I just feel like it's more of like a better hold wax. And also my NYX brow pen doesn't draw over it very nicely. The only advantage of this product is that it doesn't flake. I'm just gonna wait for these to dry and then I'm gonna fill in the rest of my eyebrows and we'll move on to the rest of the product. As you can see, my eyebrows are a bit sparse because, like I said, my NYX pen, the lift and snap, doesn't really draw over the glue in any way. But let's move on to foundation. For foundation, I have the Maybelline Fit Me Skin Tint, and it is called Fresh Tint with Vitamin C. It looks like that. I don't know why my lid is on backwards. I think I've used this twice since I got it. When was that? Even maybe last year in November. I don't love the texture of it. It's kind of grainy and it feels kind of like paint. I just saw that it's been released in South Africa, so I thought I'd give it another go and see if my opinion has changed in any way. I forgot to wet my sponge, so I'm just going to use this Eco Tools brush to kind of buff this into the skin. Well, the color looks much better on me than it did when I originally bought it because I just got back from Thailand and I was pretty tanned. The application felt a lot better today because I didn't use my hand, so I didn't feel that grittiness of it. I don't know if you've tried this before. Have you experienced that it feels kind of gritty? With the brush, it seems to be working a bit better. I still don't like the finish of it. I feel like it's very drying on my skin, especially for it being like a skin tint. I mean, it's called a fresh tint. I don't know if it's specifically a skin tint. Everything's in Thai, I can't even read it. So this is what it's looking like on the face. Over here, my normal areas, on my nose, and then over here, you can see it looks very dry and also cakey. Don't know if if you'll be able to see, but it's also peeling up over there. So not my favorite formula, and that's, I guess, the reason why it fell to the back of the drawer. Moving on to cream bronzer. I picked out the She Glam Snatch and Define stick. When I originally tried this, I thought it was a little bit too patchy. So again, I haven't used it in a really long time. So I'm just picking some up on the brush. It is very stiff, and I'm going to apply it like this. I do like the tone though. They got it pretty good because it's not too orange, but it still gives you a nice sun-kissed look. But again, feels a bit dry. It doesn't feel as creamy as the rest of their bronzers do. What do we think? I actually like it a lot better than the first time I tried it. Maybe that was because I was in the UK and it was like -5 degrees, so everything was just a bit more stiff. And I don't know, that looks really nice today. I do, however, feel like it's lifted my foundation and it's sinking into all my pores over there. But from far, it looks really nice. My lips are really dry, so let's go ahead and do some lip prep. So I have the Catrice Marblelicious Liquid Lip Balm. Looks like that. Haven't really used it much. I don't really like the milky color of it, personally, and it feels more of a gloss than a lip balm. I just find that I don't reach for it. Look, it just looks wrong on my lips if you put too much on. So it's not a lip balm for me at all. So yeah, that's not being used much at all. Then for blush, I got the partner for this one, and it is the Snatch and Blush Stick. The color looks like that. The shade, sorry, in this one was Earthy Sepia, and then in this one, it's called Next Dimension. Really pretty shade there. And again, I'm just going to pick it up on a brush. I did like this when I tried it, I think, but I haven't really used it much since. Yeah, really pretty color. That's what it looks like on one side. Very nice color pigmentation. Really love this. I should probably get some more use out of it. Don't know if the powder blush I chose goes with it, but I think that looks really pretty. Maybe I should add this into my rotation. So let's move on to concealer. I have another She Glam product. This went so viral and I couldn't wait to try it. I think the first mistake I made was that I got the wrong shade. It's too light for me, and when you get a shade too light, you can literally identify all the imperfections. It can also lean a little bit gray. I got mine in the shade Honey, which I guess I'm more of an almond than a honey, but the shade just doesn't go. And it is the Perfect Skin High Coverage Concealer. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's a twisty one. A lot comes out. I'm going to pop that on my hand. Oh my gosh, it's like glue as well. It's so sticky. I'm gonna take a concealer brush. See how sticky it is. It's almost like paint. But anyway, I'm going to pop this under my eyes, nose, chin, a little bit in the middle of the forehead. Oh my gosh, it literally doesn't move. This is terrible. I guess I named this video wrong. I knew I didn't love it, but I didn't think it was that bad. But now it's a strong contender for being decluttered at the end of the year. Honestly, everybody loved it. I know it's too light for my skin tone. It's just so sticky. Let's give you a close-up. Not good. Not good at all. For powder, I have another She Glam product, and this is the She Glam Insta Ready Face and Under Eye Setting Duo. This is not the right pink for my skin tone. It kind of makes me look a little bit ashy. So I'm gonna take the top pink one, which is the pressed powder. I'm going to pick that up on a small little brush, and I'm just gonna tap that under my eyes. I'm also just gonna set the lid with this. Then we're gonna go ahead and use the loose powder in the bottom. It does come with a sieve and it can open and close, but I always forget to close mine. So just grabbing a puff, picking that up, we're gonna tap it out, and then I'm going to set with that. I'm pretty sure I said this with the other Insta Ready powder as well. I love the powder. It's so smoothing. It literally makes your skin feel like velvet, but it doesn't keep my oils at bay for very long. I'm assuming that's why it's just been pushed to the back of my drawer. And then also the shade is way too stark. It's not brightening on me. It kind of makes me look ashy. I'm going to just set the rest of my face with this, which isn't part of the video, but it is the Sephora Smoothing Setting Powder. I don't want to use the pink powder all over my face. Now, can you see the stark difference from my under eyes, my blush, and my face? It's just not the right tone for me. I think this is like a bubblegum. Is it called bubblegum? Yeah, this is the shade bubblegum, and I would need something more of like a rose tone because obviously I have medium skin tone. Look at what the foundation's looking like with powder. How patchy is that? It's gripping onto little bits on my nose. I think I'm just gonna declutter that. Obviously, everything else I kind of still like. Definitely some bits are not great at all. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to powder bronzer. And for that, I have this Catrice All Matte Plus Shine Control powder. So this is supposed to be a like setting powder, but I got it in a darker shade as a bronzer. It's too deep for me, and I'm thinking that's probably why I don't reach for it anymore. I do like the way it looks. It's very smoothing, and it almost has like a red undertone, which doesn't look too terrible on my skin tone, but it's so smoothing, and that's what I love about it the most. So you have to be very light-handed with it. I don't know why that sounded weird coming out my mouth. It gives you great results, but like I said, even if you don't set your face properly, it will cling to certain areas, so be careful when doing that. Yeah, this is why I don't reach for these products, but some of them are still good, but the others are not great at all. This is another Catrice product, and I use it as an all-over setting powder. So it's the Soft Glam Filter Powder. I got mine in 10 Beautiful You. It looks like that. I look like the actual Tin Man, and it looks like that. So I was thinking maybe we can try and use it as a highlighter. It's literally giving nothing but chalk. I really need to declutter this. It was a huge mistake. I was just interested because of all the like different colors in there, and I thought maybe it would like brighten my under eyes. But first of all, it's shimmery. Second of all, it's like literally chalk. There's a reason why I haven't reached for this. And then lastly, for powder products, I have this blush. I actually just reviewed this recently, but usually my new products end up in my everyday drawers just so I can play with them some more, see what they're about. You know, if my opinion changes, I can let you guys know. But this has just fallen back in my drawer, and I haven't used it since. And I didn't like the previous Essence the blush. I don't know if it's because my color was incorrect. I say that quite often in my videos if you haven't watched me before, but I think it might have been the color that I chose. I didn't like them very much, but these I really do like, so I have no idea why I wasn't reaching for it. It's a slightly different color from the cream blush that we use, but I'm still excited to use this today. I really like this brush as well from Essence. It's their new brushes with the lilac handles. Really love it. It's like super floppy. Okay, so as promised, here's a close-up of what my makeup's looking like. Let me turn my lights down so you can get a better look. That's what it's looking like. My under eyes look atrocious between my eyebrows. This is quickly becoming a makeup that I didn't really like. That looks horrible. Also, while we're here, my eyebrows have fallen. I don't know if you can see, it was all nicely laminated, but all the hairs are now falling down. What I was saying about the NYX brow glue is I think it was definitely overhyped in my opinion. Moving into eyes, I use most of my palettes pretty regularly. I filter through them quite often, like every other week, because I have one for my project pan, and then I add an additional one into my drawer so that I have a couple of options, or I use them in conjunction with each other. But for some reason this one's not really cycled in. I think since I purchased it, I've used it one other time, maybe two actually, one for a TikTok on this and then one just for pleasure. So I just feel like there's not much you can do with this. You don't have a transition color. There's two matte. Is this a matte or is this a shimmer? It's a shimmer. So I don't know, it's not cohesive enough for me. I often use the purpley sides of things, so I think today let's go ahead and use like the blues and greens. We're gonna try and do something like that. Maybe I'll add those two as well, just to play with it a bit more. I do like the shimmers, especially that purple called Happy Hour, gorgeous, but unfortunately I just don't reach for this because I don't wear colorful makeup on an everyday basis. I think I'm also going to just grab one other palette that I'm actually using for my project pan. And I'm going to use the shade called Cookie Dough over here. This is the Soph Extra Spice palette. I'm going to use Cookie Dough and just run that through my crease first, just like that. And then we're going to go in with a very fluffy brush so we don't get a lot of pigment. And I'm going to go into the shade called Dreamer, and I'm kind of going to use that in the crease. I don't know what this is going to look like, but we're hoping for the best here. I keep doing this because there's no mirror inside it, and I'm just going to put that down in our crease very, very lightly. And I'm just going to use the previous brush just to like clean it up and buff it out. That's actually a pretty tone. I don't think I've used that before. I didn't even say what this palette was. It's the Studio London Color Icon eyeshadow palette After Dusk. Sorry, I completely blanked out there. If there's anything else I didn't mention the names of, I will just put it on the screen or add it in the description bar, so be sure to check that out. Next, I'm going to go in with this really dark brown over here called Afterlife. I'm lying. It's called Nightlife. Just going to use another small brush, and this we're just going to darken up the outer corner with. And then because I don't want to lose that purpley color, I'm just going to dip into a little bit of that and just buff out the edges. So I don't have a clean brush, so I cleaned it off. I'm going to go in with the dark brown on the outer bits, and then this in the middle and the green in the inner corner. So also, this is not part of the video, but I'm going to flip my brush back and forth. Maybe I'll use a different one for the green, but I'll use one side for the blue, one side for the lighter blue. And yeah, I have a little rag that I just clean it off with. So let's go in with Twilight. Not picking up a lot, so we're going to put that on the outer corner. Actually, that's beautiful. Flipping my brush over, I'm going to go into the next blue, and this is called Skyline. Pretty as well. I haven't even wet my brush, so that's a good sign. It's like some pretty jewel tones. And then lastly, I'm going to take this lime green here called Dusk, and I'm going to pop that in the third. Then just taking that plummy shade again, I'm just going to blend around the edges. I haven't done such a bold look in a really long time. Just going to use some liner on my top lid because I always do. And then I'm just going to do a little bit on the lower lash line. So I'm going to use that shade called Dreamer, which is that plummy shade. And that's the eye look. So I don't know why this has fallen to the back of the drawer. Well, I do, because I don't use these colors very often. I still really like them. And yeah, I'm really happy I got to try them again today. For mascara, I have this Ardell Faux Mink Multi-Layer Mascara. Again, I do know why this one fell to the back, because it crumbles and it flakes. So that's not my favorite thing for a foundation. The wand is very interesting. Like, it's got a flat side that you can kind of apply the product with and then brush through it with the actual bristles. But firstly, it doesn't give as much drama as I like, and secondly, it flakes. So I usually wear my makeup for an extended period of time, I'm not gonna lie. It's currently 2:20. I will probably take this off at like 8 p.m. tonight, even 9 p.m. depending on how I feel. So I need my makeup to last all day. Like, I mean, no one's looking at me, but you know, you expect your makeup to last all day. But honestly, affordable mascaras are very hit and miss. I haven't tried many high-end. My favorite used to be the Smashbox Superfan. Oh my gosh, that was the best I ever had. Lastly, let's move on to the lips. I'm just gonna remove this balm. I'm gonna grab just a random lip liner. It's not random, it's my favorite. The Barry M in Chocolate. Just like that. Then I actually need a lip brush. It's not really a lip brush, it's a pencil brush, but I'm going to use it as one. And then I forgot that I had this completely, and it is the Armani, I can't remember actually what it's called, but it's Armani, and they gave me a blister pack with some shades in it, and I love this shade at the end over here. It's like such a nice nude. I think it's called Velvet something, but honestly, I really wish I had bought this lipstick because it looks gorgeous on the lip. But I need to use this sample before it dries out completely. Look how perfect that nude is on me. I actually think I should get this for my wedding. I think that would be the perfect lip color and texture. It's gorgeous. So I'm just gonna pop off camera, assess the situation, see what I need to add, and then take my hair down and we can outro this video. So this is the final look of all the products we used today. So that's everything for today's video. Honestly, some of these products I understand why I haven't used, and the other products I'm like, how did I forget about them? They are still so good, and I guess I just need to move these to my everyday drawer just to make a little bit more use out of them. Some of them will be going in the bin by December, so keep an eye out for that. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to my channel, who engages with me and comments. I do reply to every single comment, even if it takes me a little bit to get back because I don't have notifications turned on, so I don't get a notification every time someone comments, but when I do see them, I definitely always reply because I really appreciate every single one of you engaging and pushing my videos out there. Please remember to like and subscribe, and like I just said, please comment for engagement. It helps the algorithm push my video out. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you all next week. Bye guys.